For 250 years, Virginia has helped shape the spirit of America. From the earliest days of distilling in the colonies to today's thriving craft movement, Virginia remains the birthplace of American spirits. To mark this historic milestone, Virginia Spirits brought forward an idea: to create something that celebrates the nation's 250th anniversary and pays homage to the spirits that have shaped Virginia's industry since the beginning. Working alongside distilleries from across the state, that idea grew into something bigger. For more than a year, distillers worked together to answer a simple question: what does Virginia taste like? Exploring local flavors, ingredients, and traditions, they set out to capture the character of the Commonwealth, to bottle Virginia itself. Distilled, of course. But this project was about more than limited edition spirits. It was about the people behind them and the stories they bring. Here's what drew them to be a part of it.
I think that it is this great opportunity to showcase ourselves, to showcase off what Virginia can do. And honestly, it sounded like a lot of fun. Just getting to work with other distilleries and see what they're producing and doing something collaborative. But when you get to go out and collaborate with people and get different ideas, I think that's where some of the best stuff in the world comes from.
It's great to collaborate with them, to see how they're approaching the projects, to see what they're coming up with as we come up with our own profiles and our own approaches here in Virginia.
You know, every day we're making whiskey, every day. And that sounds like fun to people who don't do it, but it's toil. There's a lot of cleaning and there's a lot of work to it. And so to do something special, something truly special, one of a kind project like this, I jumped at it.
Agreed. And something collaborative, distinctive. There hasn't been anything quite like this before. And it's a bit momentous.
I think so. Hopefully we'll turn out that way.
Distillers from across Virginia came together to be part of something bigger than any one bottle. Shared tribute to the craft, history, and community that define Virginia distilling. To bring a project of this scale to life, it required someone to keep it all moving forward while making space for every voice at the table.
Setting out on this project, working with all these super talented Virginia distillers, I think my main question was, how are we going to take this dazzling diversity of products and flavors that are being put out into the world by these Virginia producers and somehow come out on the other side of this creative process with something that feels unified and not only represents what Virginia's distilling industry looks like today, but also what it was historically and where it might be headed. The best thing that we did was select some of the best distillers in the state to lead our distiller working groups. And we let each of them approach the creative process in the way that they thought was best.
Working across distilleries throughout Virginia, the process connected ideas, refined flavors, and guided the collaboration from concept to completion. First, the rum.
We have almost 15, 20 different samples. We're tasting all kinds of different styles, tasting up barrel strength. We're then going to blend some of those different ones together to create kind of a product that we think works and represents the composite whole of us. And then after that, once you get done with the blending portion, we're going to play with different aspects, including proofing. And then this becomes kind of this iterative process where you'll have to kind of go back and forth to kind of edge your way closer to what the final product's going to be.
Next, the gin.
So as part of this project, we're able to create a gin that fits into the narrative of American spirits today. Gin is a popular drink. It's used in a wide variety of applications and cocktails in bars. And we've created a spirit that combines the classic botanicals with some Virginia native botanicals into something to be a wonderful contribution to this class of spirits. Each individual team member put together a mixture that they thought would be interesting. We tasted them all. We decided which pieces of each individual recipe were intriguing or nice to have in the final blend. And then we began iterating. It took us through 9 different test batches until we found the one that we thought was perfect.
And of course, whiskey.
Well, it was Scott's idea to do a 4-grain whiskey, so we knew we wanted to be very collaborative and recognize what makes Virginia whiskey so distinctive.
Yeah, when I think about Virginia, and whiskey, we are a big state, bigger than most people think, and we were pretty easy to find distilleries that are doing all 4 grains in the state. And so what a cool thing to do, the 4 major grains. You know, the original sort of whiskeys in Virginia from way back are like corn and rye, right? Pretty much. And so those had to be in the mix. But each one of these, you know, wheat and barley, corn and rye, like they're so different on the spectrum. They're like completely different colors. So it was really fun and challenging actually to make sure that all 4 of those flavors were showing up equally in the spirit.
I enjoyed the stages of selecting the ingredients first, and from there finding how they blend together. We were thinking about that from the get-go, making sure it was a harmonious look.
It's like we had 12 or 15 pigments to choose from, and we're going to blend a final color from those pigments. And so we wanted to pick the best pigment of each category and then start to blend those. And that was fun.
But the story doesn't stop with what's inside the bottle. The design brings that story to life.
The idea of using the James River as the centerpiece, the waterway served as basically the heartbeat of the state. So what I wanted to do with each of the phases, the mountain, the Piedmont, and the Tidewater regions, was represent that uniqueness that the river offered and historically what it was used for.
Inspired by Virginia's history and landscape, the artwork is centered around the James River, a defining force that has helped shape the Commonwealth for generations. Flowing through the design, the river connects people, places, and traditions. Just like the spirits inside, it reflects movement, heritage, and time. Every detail was thoughtfully created to honor where Virginia has been and where it's going. From concept to collaboration, every step led here. What began as an idea became something real, a collective effort brought to life through craftsmanship and care. 3 Virginia spirits, created by distillers who share a commitment to craftsmanship, heritage, and innovation. Together, they tell a story 250 years in the making. Made in Virginia, inspired by history.